Hey guys, how we doing? Welcome to this introductory video to Flare Networks. In this video, we're going to be covering the basics of Flare Networks, how it works as a network or a protocol, and what you need to be looking out for on the launch of the Spark token and Flare Networks itself. I had the absolute pleasure of interviewing at Flare Community from Twitter. His links will be in the description below. He's a very informed person in the space of anything Flare, so go and check out his Twitter if you want to keep up to date with any of the updates or anything new happening to the network. Until then, guys, enjoy this video and let me know what you think in the comments. If you've got any questions, I will be speaking to him again when the network is released, and there we are going to get a bit more technical about how we can make a bit more money maybe with Flare Networks and what we're personally going to be doing. So without further ado, guys, as I said, enjoy the video. Peace. What is Flare Networks?
So, put simply, the Flare network is a revolutionary decentralized network. On a consensus level, instead of using proof of work or proof of stake like many other smart contract platforms, the Flare network uses federated Byzantine agreement to validate transactions. Now, this makes it extremely fast, extremely cheap, and most importantly, scalable, which is becoming a problem for many smart contract platforms that exist today. The Flare network will allow users to bring various integrated assets from the underlying chain, for example XRP, onto the Flare network as an F asset, fxrp. And this is done in a trustless, fully collateralized manner. This basically unlocks value for the original asset, as all assets which exist on the Flare network are able to interact with the various decentralized applications built on top of it.
Awesome, thank you. What is Flare Finance?
So, Flare Finance are essentially a team which will offer 6 institutional-grade financial products, allowing the users of the Flare network to act as their own yield-generating bank and exchange without giving up the custody of their assets. There is Flare X, which is a decentralized exchange, Flare Wrap, which enables users to bridge assets onto the Flare network, Flare Farm, which allows users to provide liquidity and earn a yield, and there is Flare Mine, Flare Loans, and Flare Mutual. Now, these 6 decentralized applications will work within the Flare Finance ecosystem, which will allow holders of Spark and F assets to generate an additional income source.
Awesome. How does the Flare snapshot work?
So, the Flare snapshot was taken on the 12th of December 2020, and it represents a single moment in time where every XRP in existence and the wallet which held the XRP was accounted for. The snapshot was then used to calculate the amount of Spark you will receive, with Spark being the native asset on the Flare network. For every XRP you held, either on a participating exchange or in self-custody wallet, you may be able to be airdropped Spark, receiving 1 Spark for every XRP you held at the time of the snapshot.
Awesome. Do we know when Flare is being released yet?
As of right now, we only have an estimate for July of this year, 2021. The Flare team are actually releasing a blog post this week with an update of when we can expect the Flare network to launch. It seems as though we are very close. The Flare network is going through multiple audits to ensure it is extremely secure, and this process cannot be rushed. So let's wait and see.
Cool, thank you. If you held your XRP on Coinbase at the time of the airdrop, will you still receive your Spark tokens?
Sure. So Coinbase is a participating exchange, which means any XRP held either on Coinbase or Coinbase Pro wallets will be eligible to receive Spark. When the Flare network launches, the Spark tokens will come into existence and distributed to the various wallets. I imagine shortly after that, you will see Spark tokens added to your accounts. Now, those who are expecting to receive Spark from an exchange simply have to sit back, relax, and wait for them to arrive.
Awesome. Will you be able to stake your tokens from your ledger, and if so, how?
So the Flare network will allow you to earn while remaining the custodian of your asset. So no matter which wallet you use to store your Spark tokens or F assets, you will remain in control of your funds. This is the beauty of decentralization, essentially giving you full control over your assets at all times, while still being able to earn from it.
Cool. Do you have any information about a Flare wallet?
The Flare network team themselves are not actually creating a wallet. This will be done via third-party developers, which we are already aware of a number of different wallets offering support. We will have hardware wallets such as Ledgers and the Decent wallet, and also a new software wallet called Bifrost, which will be accessible via a mobile application. These wallets will have functionality to be able to delegate data provider votes and earn a yield while retaining ownership of your assets.
Cool. What options are there to make money with Flare networks and Flare finance?
There are many different opportunities to earn with Flare finance applications. I imagine one of the most popular would be yield farming. This is basically the process of providing liquidity into what's called a liquidity pool. Now, these liquidity pools are utilized within the Flare Finance decentralized exchange, which is called FlareX. When a user would like to trade an asset on the decentralized exchange, they will incur a small fee. And it's this fee which is then distributed to those who are providing liquidity.
Cool, thank you. When you wrap an asset, i.e. fxrp, what are the benefits of doing this?
So the main reason people would want to bring assets onto the Flare network is so that they can use them with various decentralized applications. As the underlying assets are not smart contract compatible, this opens a new door for utility and passive income opportunities. In addition to this, holders of F assets will earn Spark. They will also be able to delegate their votes to a data provider of the Flare network for a risk-free passive income source. Essentially, bringing an asset onto the Flare network will unlock its true value by offering numerous potential income streams.
Cool. So off the back of that, if you were to delegate your votes from your ledger to a signal provider, what sort of rewards can we see from this sort of delegation?
So the Spark token is actually inflationary. It's inflated by a rate of 10% each year. Now, this can change due to governance votes, but essentially it's this 10% which is distributed to those who are providing good data to the network. Now, each data provider themselves will be taking a small commission to pay for their services. So this highly depends on each data provider and how much commission they are willing to take and how much they will pass back onto you as a vote delegator to them.
Okay, awesome, thank you. So what are the known F assets so far?
Upon the launch of the Flare network, there will be 4 integrated assets, and they are XRP, Litecoin, Dogecoin, and XLM. Now, after the Flare network has launched, it's the holders of the Spark token which will choose the next F assets to be integrated via governance votes.
Thank you. So I know like a lot of people in the XRP community have been talking about that's the way that you can get like Bitcoin onto the XRP, isn't it? That's what a lot of the people
that's one way. But also Flare Finance are actually going to be wrapping assets. I don't think Bitcoin has been added yet, but there's at least, I think maybe like 12, 15.
Oh really? Yeah, I think I've seen them actually because I didn't really know what that meant. Like there's them extra assets like Cardano and stuff, isn't there?
So basically there is a difference between F assets and Y assets, and in fact I did make a video on it if you want to check that out after. But basically, the F assets are fully trustless in the way that they're backed by collateral by the agents on the Flare network, and you also get paid from the reward pools, and you also get to delegate a data provider vote. But with these wrapped assets, they're sort of specific to the Flare Finance platform, and you can just sort of use them in the decentralized exchange, but they don't offer all of the benefits what a F asset does.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay. If you make something an F asset, does it have to be staked or can it be stored elsewhere?
The passive income opportunities for holding F assets on the Flare network are really special. Now, before I elaborate on these, I would like to mention that these opportunities exist from your very own wallet, meaning you will remain the owner of your assets at all times and not have to trust a third party. First, you will receive Spark tokens for simply holding an F asset from the Flare reward pool. This reward pool distributes Spark to those who are bringing assets onto the network and is a strong incentive to increase participation. Secondly, you can earn by delegating your vote to a data provider of the Flare network. If they provide good data, then you get paid. Now, finally, you can earn by using DeFi applications such as those being built by Flare Finance. An example would be providing liquidity by staking your assets and earning a yield for doing so.
Great, thank you. How can Litecoin owners earn Spark at the launch?
Litecoin holders can begin earning once the F asset system launches by bringing their Litecoin to the Flare network. Just simply holding an F Litecoin will pay Spark via the dedicated reward pool of 5 billion Spark. This will be paid on a regular basis and used to incentivize those users to participate in the Flare network ecosystem.
Cool. What do you recommend for new users? How can they get involved?
The best thing to do in preparation for the launch of the Flare network is to level up your understanding, especially with decentralized finance. Many holders of the currently integrated assets, that's XRP, Litecoin, Dogecoin, and XLM, may not have had exposure to DeFi, as these particular assets are lacking smart contract functionality. Soon, that will all change as the Flare network will unlock the value for these assets and allow them to be used in various DeFi applications. I cover a wide range of videos surrounding the Flare network and all applications built on top of it in my YouTube channel, the Flare Community. If you are watching this video, then you are already far ahead of the game. Make sure you stay ahead of the curve and keep learning.
Yeah, cool. What is the Spark token?
Spark token is the native asset on the Flare network. Its primary use case is similar to many other blockchains. That's a transfer of value and a way to cover transaction fees. But the Spark token offers so much more than that. It is the driver of the F asset system. It has to be provided as collateral by agents of the network in order to mint F assets. This is what makes the F asset system trustless, as the underlying assets are always backed by 2.5 times the value in Spark, which is locked up in a smart contract. If you hold Spark, you also have a number of votes. A governance vote, which will allow holders to choose the direction the network grows, and also a data provider vote, allowing holders to earn a passive income in a risk-free manner.
Cool. What is the Flare Time Series Oracle?
So the FTSO, or Flare Time Series Oracle, is an oracle built directly into the Flare network. It's responsible for outputting data feeds for various assets on the Flare network in a decentralized manner. Outside of the Flare network, numerous data providers submit what they believe to be a true price of an asset and submit this to the Flare Time Series Oracle, which will then output a calculated average to be used within the applications built on top of the Flare network. Holders of Spark can choose to vote for data providers, and if they provide good data, they receive a small reward as a result.
Awesome. And finally, I heard about an airdrop coming to the holders of Spark token in regards to Flare Finance. Could you elaborate on that?
Sure, so there is indeed another airdrop for holders of the Spark token. Now, 1 month after the Flare network launches, the Flare Finance team will take a snapshot of all those who held the Spark tokens. They will then receive an asset which is called DFLR. Now, within 7 days later, you can exchange this DFLR to YFLR, which is one of the governance tokens on the Flare Finance platform.
Cool, thank you. So, one last question. do you have any tips or strategies about the best ways to make the best income when the Flare Networks launches?
Sure. So initially, the F asset system is not going to be launched. It's going to launch 6 to 8 weeks after the Flare network launches. So initially, the best thing to do is to start delegating your data provider votes across the various data providers. And that way you can earn Spark as a result. Now, in addition to that, the Flare Finance platform may be available and you can begin to dip your feet into DeFi and start providing liquidity and earning a yield based on that.
Cool. Great. Thank you. Right. Thanks for your time, John.
Well, thanks a lot, Will. I really do appreciate you having me on the channel. It's great to talk to your audience today and very much appreciated.
Cool. Thank you for coming, John. Guys, if you don't already know, you can follow John at Flare Community on Twitter and the same on YouTube. I'll put all the links in the description to this video. But yeah, thank you for your time and hopefully we get to speak again soon.